Prison officers have undergone mock riot training overseas to improve the capability of the prison service to respond to unrest in the jails. But Public Security Minister Khemraj Ramjattan thinks that's just a start in making the prisons better secured. He's now turning his attention to the quality of prison officers in the system. The minister believes that before entering the profession, prison officers should go through tough and rigorous training.
What we are also doing is to try to strengthen the quality of the training for prison officers. And so we have asked that the basic policing course be incorporated for prisoners' training.
The minister believes that the job of the police and that of the prison officer is equally tough, and so both parties should receive equally tough training.
So all prison officers will have the basic training that the policemen will go through. And I want to create a core there that will also not rely on policemen and the GDF. They must have a unit inside of that prison office, the prison service, that can take care of conduct or misconduct at the prisons and so on.
Minister Ramjattan said that the whole idea is to avoid the dependence of police support every time there is a problem at the prisons. He said from henceforth, persons desirous of joining the profession would have to gear their minds to go through the basic police training.
There will be a unit there that can deal with enforcement at that higher level, whereby if they have to make better judgment calls, whether they use force or not, and be prepared to enforce, as it were, rather than have the police force coming in to make the calls on them. And so that will now be part and parcel of the training of new recruits. They must go to the office, the police training program to conduct that part of it so that they can make better judgment calls in relation to enforcement.
The minister said that the Commissioner of Police has already been asked to incorporate aspiring prison officers in the basic training program conducted by the police. Salaries and conditions of work for prison officers are also being reconsidered.
If we don't start investing in better recruits and also making expenditures for their accommodation, their meals allowance, their salaries and all of that, we might have lots more riots on our hands, which will cost in the long term lots more.
Royden James for HGP Nightly News.